Hello students, today we will be covering the topic Rickettsia and Chlamydia. The topic would be covered under the headings morphology and cultivation and the diseases caused by these organisms. First, let us see Chlamydia, which are tiny non-motile gram-negative bacteria. These are obligate parasites which are coccoid or rod-shaped and they are able to grow only within the host cell. They belong to the order Chlamydiales and family Chlamydiaceae. The chlamydias, which are intracellular parasites, these are distinguished from Rickettsia by firstly an inability to make ATP, hence they are also called as energy parasites, and secondly due to the occurrence of a characteristic development cycle. In the lab, chlamydia are cultivated in the yolk sac membrane of embryonated chicken eggs or in tissue cultures of mammalian cells such as McCoy and HeLa cells. The McCoy cells are derived from the human synovial fluid, whereas the HeLa cells are a line derived from the cervical cancer cells of humans. The reproduction in chlamydia is according to the following sequence. An infectious small particle is taken into the host cell by phagocytosis. This is then enclosed within a membrane-bounded vacuole in the cytoplasm of the host cell. Now, within the host cell, the particle or the elementary body, as the infectious particle is known, they are reorganized into a reticulate body, which is 2 or 3 times the size of the elementary body. The important point being here that the reticulate body is not infectious to the other host cells. The reticulate body then undergoes binary fission until a number of reticulate bodies are formed, which again undergo reorganization to form elementary bodies. This aggregate of reticulate and elementary bodies within the vacuole of the host cell is known as a host cell inclusion and which can be seen by light microscope. The further progeny elementary bodies which are formed by this process are then liberated from the host cell and they proceed to infect the other cells. Now, the chlamydia organisms, which are bacteria, the diseases caused by them are ocular infections, genital infections, and respiratory infections. Following are the examples of organisms which cause particular diseases. The Chlamydia trachomatis causes a type of keratoconjunctivitis trachoma, which is an ocular infection. It is characterized by the development of follicles and inflamed conjunctiva. There are some strains which cause non-gonococcal urethritis, which is a sexually transmitted disease, and another which can also cause lymphogranuloma venereum. The Chlamydia psittaci is a pathogen of birds and domestic and wild animals, but can also cause psittacosin in humans. So that completes about chlamydia. Next, coming to Rickettsia, the morphology and cultivation of Rickettsia. It belongs to the order Rickettsiales, family Rickettsiaceae, which contain Rickettsias, which have the following points, that is, they have a more complex metabolism which allows them to synthesize ATP as compared to chlamydia, but they lack a complex developmental cycle. Now, this family of Rickettsia consists of small rod-shaped or coccoid Rickettsia, which are often pleomorphic. Now, the term pleomorphic refers to ability to alter the morphology, biological or reproductive modes in response to environmental conditions. Rickettsia are associated mainly with various arthropods, which serve as major host, and these then act as vectors for transmission of the Rickettsia to vertebrates. This is another major difference of Rickettsia from chlamydia. In some instances, it is a mutualistic relationship where rickettsia provides essential growth factors for reproduction and growth of the arthropod host. Rickettsia, which are capable of multiplying within vertebrates, grow within the reticuloendothelial cells, vascular endothelial cells, or RBCs, that is erythrocytes of these animals. Rickettsia, like we already saw, the transmission to humans occurs via arthropod such as lice, fleas, ticks, mites. The organism multiplies within the cytoplasm and sometimes within the nucleus of the host cells. In the lab, they are cultured in host animals such as guinea pig or mice, embryonated chicken eggs, particularly within the cells of the yolk sac membrane, tissue cells cultures, usually 10-day-old chicken embryos. The family can be subdivided into Rickettsia, Ehrlichiae, or Wolbachia, wherein Rickettsia are pathogenic for humans, the Ehrlichiae pathogenic for domestic animals, and Wolbachia which are non-pathogenic for vertebrates but infects the arthropods. Now we are concerned with the Rickettsia class, which further contains 3 genera, Rickettsia, Rocklimiae and Coxiella. The diseases caused by Rickettsia species and their arthropod vectors which transmit them are as follows. The Rocky Mountain spotted fever transmitted by ticks, classical typhus fever transmitted by lice, sorry for the spelling, it should be lice, the murine typhus fever transmitted by fleas, rickettsial pox and scrub typhus transmitted by mites. In Rocklimiae, which are similar to Rickettsia, these are parasites of humans and human body likes. They grow epicellularly. The Rocklimiae quintana causes trench fever in humans. And the last genus Coxiella, which has several unusual properties, that is, they grow within the membrane-bounded vacuole of the host cell rather than in the cytoplasm or nucleus. Plus, they are resistant to high temperatures such as 62 degrees for almost half an hour due to occurrence of endospore-like structures in the cell. Their transmission to vertebrates occurs via arthropod vectors. It occurs mainly also due to inhalation of airborne infectious dust, or the organism can be acquired by drinking contaminated unpasteurized milk. Coxiella burnetii is a causative agent of Q fever, which is a type of pneumonia. This ends with the lecture for Rickettsia and Chlamydia. Thank you for your patient listening.